Hey guys, I hope you're doing great today. This is our second chapter, chapter number 2 of our AZ-900 Azure Fundamentals course. In the previous chapter, we discussed the course overview, what we are going to learn in this course, and also we discussed about what is cloud computing, why we need cloud computing, what are the cloud computing models and cloud computing service types. Today, we are officially going to learn about what is Azure. So, let's get started and make sure that you have subscribed DevOps Molvi. This is our today's main headline, major headline. We are going to discuss one major headline, which is actually the conclusion of that lecture. So, today's lecture is about Microsoft Azure, and we know that Microsoft Azure is the second largest cloud provider in the world. It is the second largest cloud provider. The first one is, by the way, AWS, for your knowledge. So, Microsoft, as per market share, it is the second largest cloud provider in the world. And ChatGPT runs on Azure. So I was just solving my problems, my issues on ChatGPT, and one day I asked ChatGPT that, where are you running? And also I asked that, are you running on Azure? So ChatGPT replied, you can see that, yes, OpenAI's model, including me, ChatGPT, are hosted on cloud platforms like Microsoft Azure. Azure provides the infrastructure and computational power necessary to run large scale models like mine, ensuring responsiveness and scalability. So it means that OpenAI, ChatGPT, they are all running on Microsoft Azure. So now we know the importance of Microsoft Azure. It is the leading cloud platforms in the world, and AI based model like ChatGPT is also running on Azure. So guys, now what is Azure? Azure is the cloud platform of Microsoft. We know that. That's why it is known as Microsoft Azure. And it is a private and public cloud platform that helps developers and IT professionals build, deploy, and manage applications. It is the combination of both cloud platforms. I mean, it is also a private and public cloud. If you want to buy its private cloud, you can, and if we want to use it as a public cloud, we can use it publicly as well. And it is a cloud platform for developers and IT engineers so that we can deploy and manage our applications on Azure. Azure offers all types of cloud services, including infrastructure, platform, and software as a services. We have already discussed in our last chapter about infrastructure, platform, and software as a service. In infrastructure, the example was virtual machines. In platform, the example was Cosmos DB. And in software as a service, the example was Azure DevOps, which is a software as a service by Azure. Also, Azure offers robust security features to protect data and application. Azure is one of the most secure cloud platforms, and it also offers security features so that our data sensitive information is always secured. So, guys, do you want to get started with Azure? Well, I have a great news for you. So, if you have a student email account, okay, a university email address, then you can start learning Azure for free using Azure free student account. Okay, this is Azure free student account, and I have also mentioned what this account offers for you. The Azure free student account offer includes free access to certain Azure services for 12 months, for 1 year, a credit to use in the first 1 year. Azure gives us credit, free access to certain software developer tools for your projects. And also, the Azure free account is an offer for students that gives $100 credit and free developer tools. Also, we can sign up without a credit card. That is actually the most special thing about Azure free student account, that we don't need any credit card to sign up. Most of the students, being students, they don't have any credit card. The only mandatory information is your email address, your university email address, to sign up for free Azure student account. All right, guys, now what is an Azure resource hierarchy? So, Azure resource hierarchy actually starts from the basic building blocks of resources. Now, you can see this is virtual machine, web application, virtual network, database, and then each resource is grouped into a resource group. Okay, I'm starting from the bottom so that you can have a clear understanding that our resources are actually the basic components, the building blocks like virtual machines, storage accounts, virtual networks, and they are grouped together in a resource group. A single resource group can have multiple resources at one time, or a single resource group can have one resource at one time. And each resource group is attached to a subscription like free trial, like pay as you go subscription. And this subscription is actually attached or bound to an Azure account. So now, starting from the top hierarchy, you can see that whenever I sign up on Azure, I get an Azure account. And if I am signing up for a free student account for a free trial, then it means that I will get a free subscription with Azure credit. And I can use this free subscription to create resource group. And in resource group, we are going to create our actual resources like virtual machines, virtual networks, web applications, databases, Azure Kubernetes clusters, or Azure container instances. So this is actually Azure resource hierarchy. Our Azure account, it will have a subscription, and then a subscription can have one or more resource groups, and then a resource group can have one or more resources. Every resource is going to be created in a resource group. Keep that in mind. All right, guys, now what is Azure physical infrastructure? In physical infrastructure, we are going to discuss about the Azure region. Azure region, it is actually the geographical location, physical location. A region is a geographical area on Earth, okay? And it contains one or more data centers that are networked together. Each region can have multiple availability zones. An availability zone can have one or more data centers. When we deploy a resource, we have to choose the region of our choice. We can choose from Asia, from India, from US, from Europe. So all these are Azure regions. Azure currently has more than 38 regions in the world. For instance, West US 3 is a region in Arizona. Okay, now I have shared the example of a region. This is US West 3 is a region in Arizona. Also, now, what is an availability zone? Availability zone is a physical separate data center with an Azure region. So it means that one Azure region can have multiple availability zones. These are actually the data centers which have the servers. An availability zone can have one or more data centers, and also availability zone is set up to be an isolation boundary for security purposes. If one zone goes down, the other continues working. That is actually the beauty of having multiple availability zones in a single region. In case of any disaster or power failure or network failure, if one zone goes down, the other one picks up the load and our services remain operational all the time. And also, availability zones are connected to high speed private fiber optic networks. For they are actually having the same networks, they are connected to each other, and that is why if a single zone fails, the other one takes the load. All right, guys, now you can see I have this up an overview, a general picture of an Azure region with three availability zones. Now you can see I have this zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, and let's suppose that this is Arizona and this is our region US West 3, and this region has three availability zones, and all these availability zones are connected with each other in case of any failure. For instance, if availability zone goes down, 2 and 3 will be operational and they will share the load. That's how it works. So each region has one or more availability zones that are connected with each other through high speed optical fibers. Now, guys, this is actually a snapshot of creating a virtual machine. And I just wanted to share that that's how we have the choice to give the region and zone. Now, in this diagram, you can see that I am selecting Asia Pacific region. Okay, and I have selected East Asia as my region. So my virtual machine is going to be launched in this region. Also, I can see other regions like East US, South Central US, West US 2, West US 3. So all of these are regions, and we have the choice to launch our virtual machine in the region of our choice. And also, guys, we have region peering. Just like we discussed that each availability zone is connected with the other availability zone through high-speed optical fibers. Similarly, if a region is within 300 miles, it means that region 1 will be connected with region 2. As I have told you here, that most Azure regions are paired with another region within the same geography at least 300 miles. So it means that US West 2 and West US 3, they should be connected with each other if they are within 300 miles. Example is Azure regions are paired in Europe or in USA within that mileage, okay, within 300 miles. And if a region is in a pair is affected by a natural disaster, services would automatically fail over to the other region in its region pair. For instance, we have two regions. If region A goes down, everything is shifted to region B. Now you can see in this diagram about region pairing, I have this Azure region 1 and this is Azure region 2, and within 300 miles you can see that they are connected with each other with really super fast, high speed optical fibers. So I hope that you have a clear idea about regions and region pairing. Just like when we build a network for two or three virtual machines, if they are on the same network, it means that they are connected with each other. And similarly, when we pair the regions, it means that they are connected with each other. One of the major advantages of this region pairing is that in case of any region failure, for instance, if region A goes down, it means that everything, traffic, customers' applications, customer data would be available on region B and they will not face any failure or their services going down. So that's how region pairing works. Each region is connected with the other region within 300 miles. All right, guys, that's the end of today's chapter. We have discussed what is Azure. We also have a quick overview of Azure resource hierarchy, and also we discussed about Azure physical infrastructure like regions, availability zones, and region pairing. In the next chapter, we are going to discuss about Azure management infrastructure. Most of the concepts would be revised. So I will see you in our next chapter number 3 of Azure management infrastructure. Make sure to subscribe DevOps Molvi. Have a good one. Bye.